Right.
Right.
I see.
Right. This, remember, you have condenser water, which is the brown, and you have chilled water, which is the blue. Right? The condenser water comes from the tower. The chilled water comes out of the compressed, out of the chillers. So this water, the blue water, is the water that goes into the unit and cools the spaces. Right? If you have an air-handled unit, this is how you cool the space with this water. Okay. Then you have your pumps, right? One set of pumps for the cooling tower water, one set of pumps for your chilled water, right? Now you have this thing in here, which is called free cooling, right? That's during this time when you are like between seasons, right? Sometimes the cooling tower cools the water cold enough that you could cool your building with the water without using the compressors. You see the compressors now are off. You don't need them because the cooling tower water is cold enough to cool the building. So what you do is using this piece of device, which is called a heat exchanger. That's what it is, the HX, heat exchanger, right? And it's the same logic, right? The water from the cooling tower will come, will get into it, actually come from the bottom, right? It comes from the bottom, it goes inside, and go back to the cooling tower. And this is the water that you're running through the building, right? There's almost no exchange. You see 57, 58, because the cooling tower water is good enough. So this is only on like in between seasons. You're not gonna see this running or open. You see the valves are open during summer because you need the water to be even colder, right? Because a lot of people is like, hey, I'm hot. So you need to generate a lot of cold, and the cooling tower by itself it won't do it. But like I say, in between seasons, you could do this that's called free cooling.
This might sound dumb, but why do we need two lines coming out?
No, one is in and out. So you come in.
No, I mean the chilled water.
Right, because that's what I was saying. So this is a heat exchanger, right? So you come in and you get out, and then in there through plates, they got plates inside, right? You do your heat exchange. You understand the heat exchange or
right?
No? What is
because
that?
This is coming in. Let's say if the temperature is lower here, this is coming in colder, right?
Yes.
So
and this one went already through the building, so it's coming hotter.
Right. So
the heat
the heat moves from this side to this side.
No, the other way around. From this side, from the blue into the brown.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's
right.
Yeah.
It moved from the blue into the brown.
Right.
The brown goes up to the cooling tower, cools it again, and bring it back down.
Right.
And again the same cycle, right? And this one, the same shit. It comes in through there, it runs through the plates and come out. When I come out, the temperature is different, right? And then it goes and it cools the building, and then it comes back and do the heat exchange again, and it's a cycle. It's a closed loop, constantly doing.
I see. So over here, it comes in from the bottom and goes out through the top too, or
yes.
Okay, I see.
I'm not sure. I think no. Usually they want to do it from the bottom because you want to push the air out. Right.
So
because
hot air rises.
Right.
Yeah.
If you feed from top, sometimes there could be air trap. So most of the time they feed from the bottom, so push the air out, and then you're gonna have relief valves in the system that you.
I see.
It's just air inside of the loop. And then you have your sensors, HD chilled water supply temp. This is what you supply into the building, 57. And this is your water coming after it went through all the building, right? This water went up, go through all the units and come back. It just became 1 degree because there's nobody asking for cooling at this point, right? Or few people asking for cooling.
Come back again with the difference between this and this?
Yeah. Right there.
No, I mean, explain the difference again between this and this.
Right. So this it says right there. You see this?
Chilled water supply. What is it again?
Chilled water return.
Okay.
This is the water that leaves the heat exchanger, goes into the building. That's whatever it is. Every unit or any unit that is open cooling, it will get this water, and then it will come back.
So this one brings back with heat. It comes hotter.
It is.
I see. That's
right,
why
the
it's
return
coming
is hotter.
I see.
Right.
I see. Right.
Same thing in here, but this is the opposite. You see, the supply coming from the tower.
It's going to be
it
colder.
comes at 55.
Right.
goes in there, it pick up the heat.
Right.
Look at this.
Right.
The heat of this one and the heat of this one is almost the same.
Right, because it picked it from
Right.
this one. Yeah.
No,
It
this
picked it.
one is picking from this one.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Because remember, supply. This goes into the building. Return from the building. That's what I'm saying. You need to understand where the water is going.
Oh,
So
sorry.
this is coming from the building, 58.9, and it's exchanging to 58.3.
Right.
Right? It's almost the same temperature.
Right.
This one get hot, goes back to the cooling tower, cools down, and come back at the end. Okay. And then you have 3 pumps, but this is all redundancy. You know, it's just if one goes down, the other one turn
Yeah.
on. Or maybe during summer you need to move water a little faster. Sure, you could enable more, whatever. That's all programming and stuff like that. The only thing that you need to worry about is this thing's enable is on, the status is on. If the enable is on and the status is off, something is wrong, right? And then you have your signal, 36.8%.
What does that mean, the signal?
That's how fast you're telling the pump to run.
Okay, I see.
Right, and then you have your alarm, BFD alarm, no alarm, pump fail, no fail, runtime, how many hours this thing been running,
Okay,
right?
I see. So these and these are they correlated? This is the percentage, and this is
Right.
the frequency.
So
the higher this is, the higher this is gonna be, right?
Yes.
I see.
So signal. Remember, what we do is alter the wave of the frequency.
Right.
Right. So this is AC power. So it's gonna be above the 0 and below the 0, right?
Right,
Because
right.
on both sides, it's no like direct current that
Right,
just
right,
goes
right,
straight,
right, right.
So it's AC. That's why I say alternate. It goes above the 0 and below the 0. It's gonna be always like that. So what you do with the BFDs, right? With the device, not the pump, the device that makes the pump run. It's called BFD, variable frequency driver. So what the variable frequency driver does is adjust the wave, adjust that wave, right? So the wave goes to 60, come back down to 0, it go to barrel 60, come back to 0, go back to up 60, and like that always. So with the BFD, you could change that wave, right? You
see.
could modify the wave,
I
right?
see.
So you make the
So it's not
unit
always running either 100%
no,
or 0.
Right.
It's
That one,
can be
that's
somewhere,
efficiency.
anywhere in between.
In between.
I see.
Right. So you need to run it faster. You run it faster. You need to run it slower. You run it slower. So your frequency max will be 60, right? Because those are how many times the frequency change size or poles they call it on in a minute, right? So it's gonna be 60. So there you go. It's a little off, but you got 36% of the signal at 22.6 hertz. So 60 hertz will be 100% signal, right? So 100 is not 100. 100 signal, it means 60 hertz,
Right.
right? Cool. And then you have your expansion tanks, you know? You need, if the water got too hot, you need to go somewhere. You don't want to lose the water, you send it to an expansion tank. Then when the pressure lows, the tank release the water, come back into the system,
I see.
right? No biggie.
What about these set points here?
Well, all this is just engineering again, you know, plant enable. This is the startup guy, come in the morning, turn the plant on. You want free cooling or not? This is free cooling, right? When it goes through the heat exchanger, it's free cooling. They have it on because the temperature or the season, sometimes go by temperature, outside temperature, sometimes they go by season. That's all program and, you know, chief and engineer decide how to run them. You chill water low set point, you don't want it to go below 42 because below 38 is considered a risk, right? It could start freezing. You don't want to. It seems like they don't want to over 50, over 45 neither. Outside air load set point. If the water is below